We're in the shop, as you can see today, and got a fun little project. We're gonna make some coasters. Um, we're gonna use half domestic lumber, and we're gonna use half exotic, far into the U.S. Lumber, as you'll see. So I'll pan you through the types of wood we have here and what they look like. So a few of these. Let's start with what you might be familiar with. So. Now this one here, this is white oak. You can see got a little bit of ray fleck. It's a quarter sawn piece of white oak. Be fairly familiar. This one also will be familiar. It's hard maple or sugar maple. This piece here, and this one's actually rather thin, which you'll see why in a minute. Okay, and then try to guess this one. This one's going to be near impossible to guess right now, just because I actually purchased it rough sawn, and you can see how different that looks like when you finish the side. I mean, look how much different that looks. This is Amazon rosewood. Actually bought this quite a while back from a hardwood supplier. It's actually in Frederick, Maryland. I'll leave the link. It's a cool visit for any woodworker to see how much different that looks. Rough sawn versus finished. Kind of wild. I still needed to mention this side, of course, and square everything off, but off that. Like I said, and this one is Chechen. It actually looks a little bit similar to the Amazon rosewood. You can see it has a sort of different look. It's neat looking. So this is not my area of expertise. I'm used to dealing with the domestic lumber, domestic hardwood, but this is different. So anyway, so what we were going to do today is make some coasters. Been meaning for a while to make some more coasters. I made some like this a couple years ago as Christmas gifts, and they went over real well. So yeah, we're gonna do it again today. But first things first, I need to make all the pieces match this piece, which is their smallest dimensionally. So I'm gonna go ahead and dimension that, and when we come back, it'll be all these pieces will be this size. So at this point, each piece is roughly the same width as well as length for this glue up. And then what you can do, and I should have mentioned before, you want different thicknesses of the pieces. You can see that's going to give us our pattern. So same width, same length as each piece. And then what we're going to do, what we're going to do is figure out what orientation, what order basically the pieces will go in, and then we're going to slice it across this way. So it's going to be the surface of the coaster, the top, what we're looking at now. So this is a matter of preference, of course. The way I have it now is the way I want it to be. But of course, play around with it, have fun with it. You can obviously reorder. There's really no wrong way to do it. But like I said, I like the look of this. The lighter and the darker pieces have some spacing, so they stand out a little bit. And probably gonna do a monogrammed letter, like a family last name letter here on the lighter wood. So I wanted to keep that on one of the ends. So we sort of agreed this orientation here makes a whole lot of sense to us. So we're gonna go with that. As you see it there. So next up, we just got to glue it up, and then you'll see we'll cut it. It's actually been a week since we first started on the coasters. I got involved with another project that needed to be done real quick, so built that, and about a week later, here we are. So I'm going to go ahead. You see I've borrowed some of the clamps for this project. We're going to go ahead and unclamp it and keep on at it. So you can see it's not quite level. I could have used cauls, which would have held it and stopped it from slipping like up and down. You can see we got not level. But that's alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this face up against the fence of my joiner. I'm going to run it like this. Actually, I'll run this side because it's closer. On the joiner, and what that's going to do is flatten this, and then once I have this flat, what I'll do is we'll take it to the table saw probably. Let's go ahead and get this side flat. Of course, that's the finished side, and this is the table saw side. So next step, we're gonna put this guy in the planer. This is all good this side, and we'll get this side flattened up. We're gonna do a test run with this, and then we'll rinse and repeat and do a bunch more cuts with this block here. So one pass seemed to do the trick. Of course, I'm going to sand this, but it's sitting right over a 1/4 inch, and I think I like that as far as the final thickness. A little thicker than the ones I did before, but that's good. The table saw's fence is set to 3/8, and this is, like I said, just slightly over a 1/4 by the time I planed it out. So yeah, let's go ahead and make more. So as you can see, the smaller the piece you got, the smaller the big piece got, the more focus you have to be. You just don't want to obviously get cut. But here we are. We got, let's see how many pieces total here. Last one is a scrap piece. Okay. So a pretty good yield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 total. Almost looks like a cutting board right now. Pretty neat looking cutting board actually. See, you got some burn marks from the saw. It's probably time for a new blade. This wood, all these woods actually are pretty hard to cut as far as density. And of course you're focusing and feeding it a little slower than normal. You know, doing a cut like this, so that's alright. The planer will clean that up. So we'll get all these planed down to this dimension here. And yeah, cross cut and sand. Alright, so here they are, all planed to the same thickness. And now we're going to go ahead and cross cut them to width, the correct width. So make them perfectly square. You can do like a rectangular one if you really wanted, but these are 3.5 exactly, so we're going to cross cut the 3.5 and keep going. So we'll have 3.5, we'll have 7, we'll have 10.5, and we'll have 11, 14. We get 4 out of each one, which is actually really good. Of course, I got to start at a fresh edge. You'll see. Go ahead and stack them up. I'll do. Yeah, it should be good. Do 4 at once. I won't do them all. It's too risky, but you certainly could. Alright, so we did pretty good. We got 28 total, or 7 stacks of 4. Usually gift these as a set of 4. So it's actually more than I thought I was going to get. I thought I was going to get 4 to 5. So yeah, that's a pleasant surprise. Usually you estimate on the high end of things. At least that's how I tend to do it. But this is good. So the next step, of course, is to go ahead and sand. This will take some time. I'm going to use a random Orbital sander, all the way up to 220 grit. And then once that's done, once we're done sanding, we're going to go ahead and I think the wife is going to do family names. You know, like the last name monogram one. The white oak portion, so in one of the bottom corners here. And then go ahead, clear coat, and we're done. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed. And yeah, these gifts are ready to go out. And feel free to like, subscribe, or comment below. See you in the next video.